welcome back to Pip is Taking a Walk, the podcast where Katiosaurus and Hey Good get together and make a podcast so Pip can take a walk.
Who's Pip and what are you talking about?
This is what happens when you don't check the emails. We got hilarious inside jokes now.
What?
And if you want to be part of a hilarious inside joke, you too can email us at ask@infinitequestpodcast.com and just tell us about your day. And sometimes you'll find a cool stuff, like how Pip takes walks whenever they see that we drop a new podcast episode.
Oh, we have a listener named Pip who goes and takes a walk while listening. Oh, well, hi, Pip. I hope you're enjoying your walk. Is it breezy? Is it easy? I realized it's the Go, because we have to use, it's like through GoDaddy that you have to check the email. It's not just like a regular email thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I do my job.
I know. Hey, I saw an email come in during my stream today. Do you remember that? You were like, hey, did you see the email from Caroline? I was like, the one that came in 5 minutes ago.
I did see that.
And then I like did a cool finger gun spinny thing.
You did. It was very cool.
Hi,
good. Everybody. It's me, Katiosaurus.
Yes. Hi, hello, and it's me, Hey Good.
Welcome back to Infinite Quest video podcast edition.
Yeah, so the high five will work in the video because it's...
Nailed it.
This is our first episode ever with video.
I'm not doing great.
So if you've always been like, hey, I want to see these goofy goobers while they're talking,
I hate that for us.
then you can go to Spotify or Anchor, and it'll have a little video thing.
It has a little video, so you can watch us making this podcast. Right. I need everyone to know. I realize this is very silly, but we put our camera in the back of the office.
Yes.
Because, that's a good place for it. But it does mean that I had to look at myself from the side and from the back for like a long time while we were setting up, and I'm not okay.
Oh, Bubs.
It's fine. I'll be fine. But I just wanted to acknowledge that because I feel like, we're all on our own journeys of self-acceptance, and I didn't realize how much that was going to bother me, but I guess I'm bothered today, so that's fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
That's okay. I'm gonna sit cross-legged so everybody knows that I'm whimsical.
Cool. That's good.
And then I'm gonna move the entire desk a little bit. There we go.
Oh, I had it centered in frame. No, probably.
Did you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm gonna just keep looking awkwardly at the camera now.
Hey, hello, dear
I'm
viewer.
super excited that our podcast now has a visual medium. This is fucking great.
Yes, me too. I'm very excited.
Hey, what are we doing?
Well, today we are on the 4th ADHD criteria for us to shred apart a little bit. I mean, I don't want to say shred.
I can't remember if I hit record or not, and now I'm nervous. Yeah, I did.
That's valid. Okay, honestly, I'm going to check too. No, yes, okay, cool.
That's the way.
We're good.
Hold on. No, where did my cool screensaver go?
We're on the 4th ADHD criteria for us to talk shit about. Last week's was pretty good.
Yeah.
Does not seem to listen to because it seems I dig that.
Yeah, we did get an email, and I wanted to clarify something because we got a very smart email from a very smart person who is a qualified psychologist, and they said, hey, dipshits, they do talk about stuff like addiction and like overeating and, like being in car accidents and stuff in the DSM.
They do, yes.
This is true.
This is true, yes.
Point of clarification. One of the things that I think is important is that a lot of times that doesn't get put on the website, like the websites, like across the board. You know what I mean? Like they'll copy and paste the diagnostic criteria, but like even if you go to like Attitude Magazine, like places where it's like ADHD specific, a lot of times they won't have that contextualizing information. And so kind of maybe I forgot that it was in the DSM, but more importantly, what I more specifically meant was people look at these. A lot of doctors like just go off of those. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm digging myself a hole. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But it's like in my head, I was thinking more of like people looking at these on the internet.
Yeah. And
less like the doctor exhaustively like reading the actual DSM.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
Does
Definitely.
that make sense?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And I mean, the main...
So sorry, readers, if you went into the DSM, you're like, wait a second. It is in there, but a lot of times they leave it out on other resources, and that frustrates me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm super glad they are there. I mean, I give them...
Are you going to cheat out at all, my dude?
I am. I have to read the question. The computer's over there, so it's not in front of the mic.
This is so stressful.
We have to cheat out.
It's fine.
You're doing great, sweetheart.
It's fine. I hate this.
Criteria number 4, or D. Often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace. Ergo, starts tasks but quickly loses focus and is easily sidetracked.
I got bored with that halfway through.
I did
you read
too.
it again?
Yes,
it was too long.
I did, yes. Often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace. Ergo, starts tasks but quickly loses focus and is easily sidetracked. Now, this is another one of those things where my immediate thought on this is if the person is like genuinely like caring and trying, if the patient, the person who may or may not have ADHD in this situation, is actually trying to do the homework and actually trying to do the work task or whatever it is and can't, that's one thing. That's like, okay, yeah, that's ADHD thing. But it doesn't allow for, Bubs, you've already banged the table like 4 times since we've done this. Just put the glass down.
I'm sorry.
This is the kind of fun visual humor we can do with the video now. Thanks, Anchor. Thanks for sponsoring us.
I know. I'm so uncomfortable.
But it doesn't leave room for all the times when like the student just doesn't fucking want to, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the big moment when like my ADHD really hit me and I was like, oh shit, this is a bigger deal than I thought, was when I started wanting to do the schoolwork, when like the instructions from the teacher actually were cool to me. And I was like, oh, I would like to read that. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
And I would sit down and try and I still couldn't. That was when it really hit me. I was like, oh shit, this ADHD thing is no joke. But there were a lot of times before then when I wasn't not doing it because I couldn't, my ADHD wouldn't let me. I deliberately decided like, that's fucking stupid. I'm not going to do that. And so I didn't, you know, and that might be ADHD related as well. I mean, maybe if it, since it wasn't interesting for me, like it wasn't sufficiently stimulating, therefore I couldn't pay attention. But either way, the question or the criteria assumes that the person is trying and can't. It sort of it like a lot of the other questions removes agency, I think, from the person.
I had to look at it because I literally like I'm struggling so hard today. I feel like it's the exact opposite.
Really?
I feel like often does not follow through, and maybe I'm being nitpicky for the sake of being nitpicky, but I feel like often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace. It feels willful to me. I don't. Maybe it's just because that's one that's like one that's like really hard for me, really big for me, but like often does not follow through. Like to me, that carries a moral judgment to it.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Often does not follow through, as though you don't care, or as though you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's again, I could viewers at home, because this is fucking my life now.
Sweetheart, it is the middle of the workday, and you and I
dirty.
have collectively already spent like 3.5 hours on camera today.
I know, but not from that angle.
Different when it's recorded
It's
from a different angle. Yeah.
I can't control the angle. It's fine. But often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, like chores, whatever, duties in the workplace. To me, I don't know. Again, I might just having some like internal strife and tribulation, but like I don't know. Because I feel like if it was like often struggles to follow through, or often has challenges, or often runs into like whatever, but like often does not follow through, feels like because you're a fuck up who just can't get their work done.
Yeah.
I could be projecting.
Well, I think it's really interesting. I mean, I think that speaks to the importance of the language in this, is that language has connotations, and those connotations are different for every person depending on their experiences. Like when I hear follow through, I think of genuinely trying and not being able to. Like, I don't know. Let me grab an unfinished model that I have here. This is an unfinished piano made out of coffee stirrers. Like, I didn't follow through on this model. I intended to finish this. I wanted to finish this, but I didn't follow through. Did you have a twitch?
Yeah. But I forgot that these glasses are loose boys, and so they just flew off my face.
Gosh.
Oh, that was
wow,
really
listener,
funny.
you're really going to have to start watching this. All the visual stuff
visual
we usually take out is now valid.
Katie and Eric's Infinite Quest. Boy, oh boy.
But so when I think of following through, I think of the person intended to, wanted to, and then didn't. But what's also strange is whether or not it's like, you did not because you suck, you failed, fuck you, or you decided not to. A lot of times, I mean, that line is blurrier than I make it out to be, I think. I don't mean to say that those things are mutually exclusive, because a lot of the times when I, quote unquote, don't follow through on a project, it's not like the entire time I have massive motivation to do it, but when I sit down to work, my brain just won't do it. That certainly happens a decent amount of times. But far more often, the project just gets replaced. It becomes less interesting as something else comes up. And I consider that also not following through. So even though there was a deliberate choice involved of like, oh, I could keep working on that thing, but it's just no longer interesting to me, so I'm going to work on something else. That is a deliberate choice, but I would also say that that's ADHD related, you know? So maybe I'm completely undermining the first point that I made.
I want you to know, and this is like this, I'm derailing this podcast.
No, please, derail the shit out of it.
To know that, because I feel like this is just like an educational moment. I cannot hold on to a single word you are saying right now.
Really?
Like, I cannot. I don't know what ADHD shenanigans are happening. If you held a gun to my head, I could not tell you what you just said. And I was sitting here and I was like, and I'm like, pay attention. Come on, you gotta pay attention. You gotta listen. And then I started like repeating what you were saying back to me in my own head to like try and hold on. I don't know. Wowee. What a bad ADHD. Yep.
No, I know what you mean, Boobs. I'm sorry.
It's really weird.
I totally know what you mean. Do you remember that time at that panel at Frolicon?
Yeah.
When like that's kind of what happened was like you were like saying the thing, we were doing this panel and like it tossed to me and I was like communication and consent and kink as it relates to neurodivergency. And then I was like all of a sudden I like,
yeah,
it's like I was born right then. I was like, where am I? Fuck. Oh God.
And this is like, I was like, and I was like, I literally have no memory, like at all. Like I don't know. That was the weirdest thing.
Jeez. Well, do you want to dig it? Can we dig into that?
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
I was
it's
like,
rare
I feel
that you
like
get to catch it in a
I
moment.
feel like I'm just like turning the bus in a different direction, but I can't listen to you talk. I mean, I can. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. That was like a weird
I'm not
way to say
offended.
that.
It's okay.
Oh my God, that's so weird though.
No, I know what you mean. Gosh, I'm sorry. That
Does
happened.
Does it ever happen to you though?
Oh yeah. Last Friday when we were working on the book,
yeah,
I was like rewording stuff. We had like our transcript from that conversation we had, and when I was rewording it, and like I could read each individual word,
yeah,
but I could not put it in the context of the other words.
Yeah.
So if I was like, you know, I went to the store or something like that, it wasn't like I couldn't grasp the entire sentence and the meaning of it. I just saw like I and went like,
yeah.
My memory was one word
like,
long.
It's just like bow, bow, bow. Like that's what it feels like. That's exactly what it
feels
feels
like. Have any what might brought it on?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely forgot to take my meds today, which is maybe part of it, but I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's like literally like the stress of like doing something different or
could be.
It's just like, I don't know, but it's really weird. I've never had it. Like, I mean, I've had it like that happens to me all the time, but it's never been like that profound in the moment of like, I literally cannot comprehend the words that you were saying. Jeez. Like it was just gibberish.
Wow.
So weird.
Did you sleep okay last night?
Honestly, yeah.
Huh. What time did you get to sleep?
Fuck you.
Sorry. I know. Our sleep schedule is terrible. I'm sorry. It was worse for me.
I honestly think I went to bed around.
You don't know. You totally don't have to answer
well, now
that.
I'm just trying to remember. I think like 2:30.
Okay.
That doesn't. I know that I texted you later than that though. I feel like I can quantifiably say. What time
we were
I went to
texting
bed
about
last night.
Queer Eye pretty late last night.
God, dude, you like also Anthony.
I didn't know. I thought I was on like my first episode, and then I saw him shave chives. I saw his knife technique, and I was like, "Oh, this guy knows fucking. This guy's never set foot in a professional kitchen." Like,
well, the last text I sent you at 2:46 in the morning. So I probably went to bed around 3. But that's like, but I woke up at like, I slept in. I went to bed at like, or I woke up at like 10:30, 11. So. Because I'm a lazy pants.
Gosh, would it be better for you if I like talked more so that you didn't have to, or is it just, or would it be easier if I like talked less so that you wouldn't have to listen to me?
That's a terrible question. I honestly don't know. It's just like the weirdest thing. Like I was just like, what the fuck is he saying? Like focus. And then you know how like you're trying to pay attention, but then like your like internal monologue of like, you need to pay attention. You need to pay like focus. What are you doing? Get back in here. Get back in it. Like that was going on at the same time. So I was like listening to like 2 different conversations at the same time. It's good times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally know that game. I'm going to ask you a question that I know you hate.
Oh, God damn it. Okay.
Do you have any emotions that come up with it?
I mean,
like, how do you feel about
therapist, Eric.
I'm being therapist, Eric, now. Look at my glasses.
Gross.
Look at my glasses.
You do look like a therapist.
Thank you.
A trustworthy elderly therapist in a lot of florals. I feel like you'd have a lot of like those like macrame. You'd have a lot of like macrame plant holders in your office.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And like a bunch of like like pottery, just like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you've made it, like you are like, that's like your thing. It's like you're like really into pottery on the weekends.
Oh yeah.
You go on like summer trips with like your girlfriends, like your old, like, you know, like your old, like it's like a group of like old ladies and they like go on like summer trips together.
They've been
to,
made
like,
out of coffee stirs for sure.
Tuscany, whatever, and they like will like they drink wine. They drink a lot of wine in Italy.
Yeah.
This is great.
You almost avoided the question.
I did.
You were
I was
so
going to see
close.
how long I could riff before
man.
you called me out on it. I mean, honestly, I don't feel a lot of anything. Like, I mostly am just like, Jesus, like, I think I get frustrated.
By the way, dear viewer, the question was, do any emotions come up while as you're feeling this way? Because I almost forgot the question.
I think I feel frustrated. But then I also, like, I'm more confused than anything else because, like, this conversation is fine. Like the conversation that we're having right now. But it's like, I very strongly feel that if we were to like jump back into like high concept DSM stuff, then I would just, you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know if it's like too smart. I don't know. It's really weird.
I totally know what you mean. I've absolutely felt that way. But honestly, like when I feel that way, it's usually before my meds kick in during the day, like in the morning.
I just don't want to take my meds right now because it's like
it's late. I mean, that's the thing about ADHD meds. Yeah, you can't just take them.
Be up till 6 a.m.
Yeah,
so annoying.
I know what you mean. That's why
I'm mad that because I remember I took my antidepressants, but I just forgot my stupid ADHD meds today.
That's why I asked. I had for a while, but now that I have a new psychiatrist, he doesn't like to do this. But they would give me my normal dose and then like another pill that was like, I don't want to say the actual numbers because I don't want anybody getting ideas about how much they should be taking. But it was like,
that's what I have.
It was what you. It's actually what you have. Yeah, it was a third the dose.
Yeah.
And it was just so if I forgot to take them, then I could take one at like 2 and not be completely screwed. Because if I took my entire dose at 2, I'd be up until fuck off in the morning.
Yeah, maybe I'll do
really
like
nice.
a little half-sea boy or something. I don't know, but we got to get through the rest of this podcast. How much time do we have left?
We're at 17 minutes.
Also, check out this screensaver.
It's pretty cool.
Screensaver's dope.
Those are nice monitors.
Right?
You'd be able to see it, dear listener, if you were
true.
watching this on the old Anchor.
To start getting emails from people who are mad that my screens are 2 different sizes. It's going to be a whole conversation once people find out.
They're 2 different shapes too.
One
of them's curved. You got the Arc Pro Master Deluxe one.
I want to just get one of those like big long ones.
Yeah, the ones that are like, the dimensions are really, like normally like 1080p is 16 by 9 or something. Well, there's one of them that's like 64 by 9.
Yeah,
it's just
like
this huge long computer.
But like that huge one that you showed me that TikTok of where you can like turn it. I think that would be dope. Have like a little space station because you could just put it like back in that corner and then why are we talking about this?
Excellent for streaming too. Holy shit!
But it would be really good because then it would like clear up all of this space because you could just have it like up ways.
Yeah. But it'd be hard on your neck though. You would have to,
well, it's curved.
Looking up.
It's curved, so you don't have to. You just glance.
Oh yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think there might be some neck things going on.
I mean, maybe.
You ever see the movie Grandma's Boy?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So you know the scene when one of the
Ow, fucking Jesus.
I'm sorry, sweets.
That's all right. Sorry everybody for that.
Sorry.
God damn it.
That scene when the game developer guy walks in on like the Matrix guy.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember his name, but he sits in his chair and it's like this Matrix chair that's like huge and it's like tilted all the way back and he's looking like almost straight up and there are like 4 screens and he's listening to techno.
It's like the Taco Bell ad. Have you seen that? There's like this Taco Bell ad.
Or like the earlier when you go to sleep.
No. It's Taco Bell and it's like a guy and he's like playing video games.
Well, there's the point is like the earlier you go to sleep, the earlier you can wake up and have Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And so there's like a gamer. I'm stealing your riff here, but
that's okay.
I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like that chair, like get one of like those.
Oh,
we could both get one of those.
Yeah, my dream is I really want one of those like $100,000 immersive racing game setups where it has like a thing. The car? Yeah, and it has like the hydraulics.
You could put it in the closet.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, something that's not outside the range of possibility is getting like one of the wheels and things just for the computer. Like I fucking love racing games. I love them so much. I never play them because I hate playing them on anything other than one of those.
Yeah.
Because basically with a joystick, you got like 2 settings, like not turning at all or all the way fucking turning.
No, I want to like go to Dave & Buster's.
I'm scared to go to Dave & Buster's. That sounds like a scary pandemic thing to do.
Yeah.
If we could rent out the entire Dave & Buster's, I would love to go to Dave & Buster's.
I gotta send that email.
Oh, speaking of which, we
Not
do
about
need
Dave and Buster's.
we need to get axes.
What is
in the log.
happening?
We're having a loose boy podcast. It's okay. Being our authentic selves.
I don't like my authentic self today.
I do.
I like academic, able to have a coherent conversation, Kate, and that's not what we've gotten today.
It's okay, sweets.
It's
all of
fine.
our days.
It'll be great. This is like our. It's just really funny too because it's like our first foray into like video podcasts. Like, what the
You
fuck
can
are these
actually
clowns
see.
doing? Jesus! I hope Pip is enjoying their walk.
Yeah,
like, how
Pip.
you doing, Pip? How's
Having
it
a
going?
good walk?
It's good.
Good time. Well, it's all right. So let's just hang out for the rest of the podcast.
That's fine.
And if
what
we
were we talking? It was the DSM, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get back
Criteria
into it.
D.
I don't
yeah.
know. It's fine.
It's okay, sweets. If you want, we can make this one a Patreon episode for our lovely patrons. You know, if you don't end up wanting to post it, and then we can record tomorrow.
What I think is really funny is that we're talking about often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace, i.e., loses focus and gets sidetracked.
Check.
Check. Technically speaking, if you would call this podcast my job,
I would, yes.
That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. That's really funny.
Like, question,
I
fine.
Sure did.
Hey,
Fail to
if
follow
I were on
through.
my meds, I would be doing exactly the same thing.
Oh my god, that was so funny. That's so funny. That's arguably very funny.
Yes, it is very funny. I would argue that it is funny, yeah.
That is ironic, and not like the Alanis Morissette version of ironic. That's like the actual definition of irony.
Yeah. Alanis Morissette's more like Socratic irony or dramatic irony, is it?
It's more like rain on your wedding day isn't ironic.
It's not
just
ironic.
Unfortunate. Like, oh, that sucks.
I swear to God, I heard one of those YouTube essay writers that that all those things were a type of irony, but it was dramatic irony. So it's not like what we think of as irony. It's more of like,
oh yeah,
if there were an audience watching this, then it would be. I don't remember. I'm trying to sound smart, but
that makes sense.
You're the master of letters over here.
It's fine. It's cool. I also not that this matters at all, but Tay, like
yes.
our good friend Tay. So I was talking to him because I was helping him with his homework because he's directing a show.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
And I realized that I had like forgotten what a character breakdown was. Like, I just forgot. I was just like, yeah, here's some advice. And I was like, that's not what a character breakdown is. And I'd be like, wait, no, do it this way instead. Like, do it.
What is a character breakdown? Is it like a procedural thing?
No, it's like when you're like directing a play, like you'll have like the character breakdown. So it's like, here's like who I need to be in this play. But in my head, I was first thinking about like dramaturgy, where like you go through the script and you like look to see like what people say about your character, like what characters say about themselves, which is like how you like break down the character. And then I was like, wait, no, Tay is casting this show. And I was like, apparently like my brain is just like not worked all day. But anyway, I don't know why the fuck I brought that up, but here we are.
I thought a character breakdown was
dramatic irony. That's
dramatic irony, right.
But
How would you like define irony? It's a hard one. It's one of those things that you just sort of intuit, like water everywhere and not a drop to drink.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. That's a really hard question, Eric.
Isn't it weird? Well, it's one of those things where like
irony.
I ask myself it occasionally, and I've never really gotten an actually satisfying answer.
So, yeah, I would say it is an internal reaction to external circumstances running parallel to counterintuition.
So what do you mean by the internal response? Like it's a feeling? You describe irony as a feeling?
Yeah, because you're like, oh, it's like ironic, you know? But like you have to like, I feel like there has to be. It's not like a tree falls in a forest.
Oh well,
like,
I always thought
like irony has to like. I feel like irony is like participatory.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Because I always just thought of irony as just a description of a series of events. But I mean, I guess you're right. If there were no people involved to recognize it as being ironic, would it be ironic?
Give me an example of irony.
Sure. There's this is a joke, but it describes irony. So there's a man and his wife. Christmas is coming up, and they need to buy each other gifts. The man has a watch, but there's no watch band on it. So like he can't actually attach it to his wrist. And so his wife cuts off all of her gorgeous hair and sells it to get him a watch band.
Right.
Now the husband wants to get his wife a brush, and so he sells the watch to afford the brush. So they exchange gifts, and now both of them are useless.
It's awkward.
It's awkward, right? Irony. Also, I don't remember what it's fucking from, but there's a. This is me showing how uneducated.
Joke, right? That's like a very famous Christmas story.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's called The Gift of the Magi.
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks, Dad, for not telling me the name of that story you told me when I was a kid. Apparently, I was going to remember it for a long time.
Now I'm
There's another one. Like I'm totally putting on full display how not educated I actually am. But like if you're on a boat surrounded by seawater and you're very thirsty, it's like water. You're surrounded by water, but you have nothing to drink. You know?
Yeah. The Gift of the Magi. It's by O. Henry.
No shit. Was I right about the watch bands and shit?
I think it's just a watch.
It's just a watch.
Like I don't.
Well, because I remember he needed something for the watch. It was like the watch and the watch bands.
Maybe it's like broken or something.
My dad told me that when I was like 6 or something like that, and for some reason it's just still in my head.
Hold on, I'm looking.
But so that's what I think of as irony, and I think like that involves people, sure, but like an animal who doesn't understand the concept of irony. Like if something ironic happens to a squirrel. Watch chain. Yeah, gotcha. I guess wristwatches weren't fashionable at the time.
Also, did you know that you can the original radio broadcast, you can download it.
What?
So we should do that next year for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
We should
yeah.
read The Gift of the Magi.
That would be very cool.
But yeah, anyway, that's what that's called. It's not a joke. It's a really famous story.
I didn't know.
That's okay. I just thought it was funny.
Well, like if something ironic happens to a squirrel, is that ironic? Because the squirrel
but again, it would be if you're watching that ironic thing happen, then it's your internal reaction to the events.
Well, I guess then that would just apply to all descriptive words. Like something isn't green unless something is observing it and it's having the experience of it being green.
Yeah. But I mean, that is also true though.
Yeah. So I mean, then in that case, I completely agree.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
It's fine. This is great. We have fun.
Some cool stuff.
Some cool stuff.
What is an ironic thing that could happen to a squirrel?
It could. I feel like it would have to be like it builds
acorn related.
Yeah, like I feel like Ice Age, like the entire movie about Ice Age. Well, that's not. I don't know. That's more like physical. I don't know. Like I would say, like it's like a squirrel builds a nest, and then it gets smooshed by a giant pile of acorns.
Okay, I was thinking like
that's kind of ironic.
If
you think a squirrel's like looking around all the time for acorns.
Yeah, I get like what if a squirrel hid an acorn, like in attempts to keep it safe? It hid an acorn. But because it hit it so well, like underground, it ended up growing into a tree.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
ironic.
It's kind
like
of
he was
ironic,
like supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
Email us your examples of irony to ask at InfiniteQuest
No. Email us examples of ironic things that could happen to a squirrel.
Yeah, specifically squirrel related irony.
That's what I'm interested in hearing.
If a squirrel buys its squirrel husband to watch bands,
then it's the. What's a magpie again?
It's a bird.
It's a bird. Damn.
There's a bird who steals
I was going to say
shit.
it's the tail of the magpie, but a magpie isn't anything.
My dad
like
used to call me magpie.
Really?
Yeah, because they used to steal shit all the time.
Do magpies steal stuff?
Yeah, they like really like shiny stuff. They just like collect stuff.
Oh, cool.
And so I used to I would just like steal like little like scraps of stuff because I thought they were like fun, and I would like make stuff out of them for the borrowers.
Oh, cool.
Like you know, like the movie,
the little guys with Draco Malfoy.
I used to make like tiny little things. And,
That's
and
nice.
Then my dad would call me magpie.
That's adorable. I want a crow friend so bad.
Dude, I want a crow.
I want flies about and brings me stuff.
Yeah.
Brings me a thumb one day.
Why would a crow
Keep it a
bring
secret.
you a thumb?
Because it had one.
Did it? Well, wouldn't
we have a very special bond?
If a murder of crows witnesses a murder, is it a double murder?
I don't know, but I know a lone crow that is lonely is an attempted murder.
Yeah.
Huh?
An attempted murder could bring you evidence of a murder. This is the dumbest podcast in history. I would like to formally apologize to our audience, to God, to LeVar Burton, everyone I respect
fucking butterfly
and admire. I'm sorry. sorry for this. Goodbye. Podcast is over. This is it. This is the end. I quit.
Well, thank you so much for listening to that there episode.
I don't know what that was, but thanks for being there with us. We certainly appreciate it.
No, I mean, if it's all right with you, I mean, I think it's. We get a lot of people who say like it's nice to hear people that talk like me.
Yeah, and I think
totally
it's like honestly, like, see, now we're gonna just have like a little bonus podcast at the end of the podcast, but like, I feel like a lot of times it's really easy to look at us or anybody who like seemingly has their shit together and be like, oh, that never happens to them. And it's like, no, it happens to me all the time. And sometimes it happens to me in the middle of the workday.
Yeah.
And that sucks, you know, it sucks. But I think it's important to be transparent about that. Like, I really do. I think it's important to be transparent. And I think it's, I don't know, like, so if you listen to that and you go, I do that too, like, you are not alone, my friend, you know? And so I don't mind showing people that side of me because I think it's important to acknowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about it.
That's all right, sweets.
It's fine.
You're great. You're doing great.
No, you're
and
great.
I love you.
That's great. Should we do the thing? What are we doing?
Oh, we're just doing the outro. It's funny you should mention it,
outro.
actually. We do have a Patreon. It's called Patreon. It's at patreon.com/infinitequest.
Patreon.com/infinitequest.
If you would like to help support us and the work that we're doing, please do consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/infinitequest.
No,
It's Tuesday, so we're
I got
not
the
yet.
ukulele out and everything.
You did.
I was like ready.
And if you become a patron, every week we at the end of the episode we do a song with the names of our new patrons in it. So you will get your name in a nice little ukulele song.
It will sound like this: Sarah Huff.
It'll probably have Sarah Huff's name.
We will talk about Sarah Huff. It's weird, but we will. It's fine.
They have a great name.
Well, hey everybody. Just awkwardly put this down now because I didn't know what day it was. That's fine. Really nailing it today, Eric. Really feeling good about this one.
Well, from all of us at Infinite Quest.
Wait, no, we have one more thing.
Oh, what is it?
If you have thoughts or suggestions or want to reach out and say hello, hit us up at ask@infinitequestpodcast.com. We're gonna maybe do a new segment where we always say we're gonna do the segment and then we always forget. But you know, ask us some questions, or if you have thoughts, we'll do like a little letters from the listeners sort of situation. So shoot us an email and maybe we'll read it, or maybe we won't.
We'll definitely read it.
We'll read it, but I mean like on the thing.
Oh yeah,
because we got like 500 emails last week. We can't. That would be a very long boy.
It
would be a long podcast.
Oh, they can see me yawn now
They can.
on the thing. I'm just realizing I can't just yawn quietly. Oh man.
Well, hey everybody, from all of us at Infinite Quest, especially me who's on the struggle bus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your support. And from all of us, remember to take your meds, drink your water,
Yep.
Eat a snack,
Woo-hoo!
Be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and remember that we love you. We'll see you on Thursday.
Fade out.
Fade out. How does Fade to Black go? Is that a song?
The song? Yeah, I think it is.
Burr, burr,
Yeah.
burr, burr, burr.
No, it's
No, it's Smoke on the Water. Damn it.